Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
These marriages are not perfect, but all in all, they seem to work. Marriage is an institution for grown-ups.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
There are no bosses in a modern marriage. He knows he's lucky to have a wife.
Hello everybody, it's episode 29 of Husband and Wife Sentenced to Life, Houstel, #Houstel, the Isolation Diaries, day 4.
Day 4, yes.
Yes, day 5 as we record,
Yep.
but we'll talk about day 4. Simon and Lorra here. Again, thanks to everyone listening. Numbers seem to be great for these Isolation Diaries podcasts.
Yeah, loads of people are commenting, which is lovely.
Great to see the comments on all the videos I'm putting on. I'm doing Instagram stories quite a bit every day, so you can see what we're up to. A visual aid to the podcast and some pictures, a bit of Twitter. I mean, the weather right now, it's over 30 degrees.
Is it?
It's perfect. It could not be bluer, this sky.
It's lush.
I can't even see the normal plane trails in the air. This has been, every day gets a couple of degrees hotter.
Genuinely, like we said the other day, that I can't remember being here in a summertime when it's been like this.
Yeah, now it's what? Start of September?
Yeah.
Yesterday, another perfect day for weather. Just amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
We had a bit of admin to do yesterday. Leo got his SIM card.
Yeah.
Now, is it weird? I got emotional at that.
Did you?
Because I sat with him and I did all this, the card's in my name because he needs a direct debit. And I put it in his phone and got him all set up and everything. And I said to him, well, your old number's done. This is your number now.
Yeah.
And this will be his number for at least 3 years, but I'm guessing probably be his number for a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I felt a little bit of emotion.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Is that weird?
No, not at all. Little things have set me off, but yeah.
Little side note, funny side note. So I get, because it's in my name, I get the emails and everything. I'm going through the setup and it says, it's Vodafone I've set it up on. As part of your contract, all over 18 content will be blocked unless you request to unblock it.
Right.
So I read that out to Leo and you should have seen his face. Because he tried to act like, no skin off my nose. But then at the end he went, like he did a little laugh.
Did you request to unblock?
Nope.
Why not?
Seemed like a faff to do.
No way.
He's a teenage boy. If you think, I mean, he's grown up in Dubai. If you think he's not done a workaround on that kind of stuff, teenage boys are very, in my day it was an old mag under a bush next to the white dog
Mind you don't want to be wasting your 4G on, or 3G or whatever.
I've warned him about going over his limit. He's not going over his limit on what I would call credit.
Well, yeah. Let's hope he's got decent home Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Then you guys tried to set his bank account up, which didn't quite work. And I've tried to not butt into this. I know how difficult banking is these days. You and I, just to log onto our accounts, which we've held for 35 years, it's impossible to log on unless you jump through a million hoops.
Bit less for me.
Yeah. 34.
Shut your face.
Leo said in Dubai, oh yeah, setting up a bank account now. You send him a selfie and you've got a bank account.
No, it says it does say on the site, all you need to do is XYZ online banking, set up an account, because I think because of COVID times they were doing that.
Not anymore, anyway.
It's not as simple as that.
So we didn't quite get his bank account set up yesterday, but I kind of wanted to stress this to you guys. It's just chill. It'll all get done. Everything gets done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, it's frustrating because, you know, especially me with my little lists, you've got this list of things you've got to get done.
But what I'd say about your lists is sometimes your lists go on for months, like coming here, and it all got done.
Yeah.
And you could have done it with a lot less stress.
I know,
over the
but
months.
that's who I am.
It is who you are.
It's
Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's Michael Williams' quote. He's the Omar off The Wire, who we sadly found out died this morning.
Been a couple of deaths.
I think one of the greatest TV characters of all time in what I think is the greatest TV show of all time. So rest in peace. I had my second Amazon delivery yesterday. My first Amazon delivery with my scales, identical to my ones at home, so I can weigh myself twice a day.
Yep.
And yesterday a couple of albums came, a couple of vinyls, which was really nice.
Yeah, your little spike buy.
I wanted them anyway, and I am going to be buying a lot of records while I'm here.
From the charity shop, though.
From charity shops, but there are some I'm not going to get. I'll tell you what I'm going to get in charity shops. In Culture Club, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Which is nice, but the chances of me I've had another delivery today of Van Morrison's Astral Weeks, and chances are I'll probably find one of them in a charity shop.
You should have looked first.
No, I shouldn't, because then I'd have had your problem of going, my list, I've not got enough days. I sat outside for a bit yesterday and I saw a Peregrine Falcon.
Yeah, you said they're your favourite.
They're my favourite because, do you remember Look and Read when you were a kid at school?
Oh, the books?
Well, it was the books and the TV show, Wordy. There used to be this guy called Wordy and he had letters around.
Is that not what Johnny Ball was on?
No, you just think of a number.
And down. What?
no,
Look and Read was up and down. Up and down.
Magic E. They were teaching you about the letter E. Magic E. And they used to do these little dramas that taught you about reading and writing within the drama. There was one about The Boy from Space, which was terrifying. And then there was another one called... So, what was it called? It was about a Peregrine Falcon anyway.
Right.
Sky Rider or something. I'll find out.
But it was an owl, wasn't it?
No, it was a Peregrine Falcon.
Was it not the owl that did the...
No, Wordy looked like Henry the Hoover with loads of letters round his middle.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, I loved birds as a kid. Not that kind. And, I was in the YOC, the Young Ornithologist Club.
You're a bit of a Chris Packham, I guess.
Yeah. Blonde hair. I've bleached my hair blonde plenty of times, me and Chris.
Yeah. You both don't like going out.
By the way, more Chris Packham stories coming up tomorrow like you wouldn't believe on tomorrow's podcast. We're next to Fawley Power Station. The chimney is a stone's throw away. And yesterday a Peregrine Falcon left its nest atop that chimney.
Well, apparently they always do that. And I had a sad thought, and somebody is chopping down his house.
They're going to come home. They're going to go for a fly to get some little mouse or whatever it is they do one day. Imagine just going out to work or going out to have your dinner, and they're going to be flying home. They're going, something's different.
Yeah, no.
The house is going to be gone. I think they should relocate them before they knock it down. They do that, don't they?
I bet they don't. I bet no one's going up to the top of the chimney and going, let's rescue the birds.
I'm going to send Packham a message.
You should. Let's start a Chris Packham petition. He loves a petition.
Chris, it's Simon. Dubai's Chris Packham.
Oh, I've got cobwebs on my back.
Don't worry. I got on my knee yesterday just here. That's more ambience. People can sense where we are now on the rickety garden table.
Just walked through a massive one.
While I were outside yesterday, this is very difficult for me to talk about, there was a conker battle. Now, we got some conkers, as you will have heard, maybe yesterday.
Yes.
I put my shoelaces in them.
Yeah, and you were like, did you ever play conkers as a kid? Like...
Right, is that how you're going to do this? Because if you do that, then when I tell a story about you in a while, I'm going to do your voice like that.
Well, I can't do your northern accent.
I'm on about saying it like that. I'm not dismissive of you doing it. I just don't think you will have been as into conkers as I were.
Well, I played conkers, but like you were shocked that I'd even played conkers.
Yeah, but conkers was my life.
Conkers was my life.
It was for a while. Have you ever gone out specifically to get conkers?
Probably, yeah.
When?
As a child.
Don't believe it.
Look.
It was me daily bread and butter conkers for a while.
I can remember playing conkers in my granddad's garden.
That's different.
And I'm sure I played it at school.
So yesterday, as you remember, I tried to have a game with Leo and Betsy Pearl. They're rubbish, but at least they had a go. It brought back some good memories.
Day before, yeah. So you then said, you're going to give me a game?
Yeah.
Or like...
Again, I didn't say that. I was just excited to do it.
Nah. You totally thought you had this.
Anyway, we start playing. I had no word of a lie. For the first 20 swings, I'd say you hit my conker 17 times. And I'm talking
Proper
good hits.
hits, yeah.
And I was absolutely terrible. I could not hit your conker. I think it's because of me nearly being blind in one eye.
Oh, really?
Well, what else could it be?
Oh, you were saying, you're moving too much. Oh, you're...
Well,
I wasn't.
I can see where your son gets it from, because you are a bit of a shaky hand.
Bullshit.
And you're a short horse, so you don't hold it high enough.
I was giving you a longer string as well. I won.
You won at conkers, although you did not get the deciding blow. I'd say my conker committed suicide. It flew off the string on one of my hefty swings.
And what you were really good at was...
Jagsy.
Well, we need somebody to tell us what the right name is, because you said it might be Jagsy, Dragsy...
Dragsy, Jagsy, Scragsy. It's when the shoelace gets intertwined with the other one and you pull it.
Well, I don't think you're meant to pull it.
Well, again, you didn't play as much conkers as me.
No, surely if you're pulling it, that's cheating.
So you now have a wanna. Your conker is a wanna.
Is it still there?
I think it's still up there. Oh, that breeze is lovely. I don't know if that's coming across on mic.
That's me.
Brilliant. So then, we're still sat outside here. It's amazing because you said I didn't do any of this yesterday, but I've got my list. Leo came out for a chat and we started talking about he's going to hire a bike at uni. 70 quid to hire a bike for a year at uni. He saves me buying him one. And they've got a thing on campus for repairs, right?
Yeah.
Fixing your bike up because he's not like us. You don't grow up. When I'm not playing conkers, bikes are my world when I was younger.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And basically, Kes, what's his name out of Kes? Billy Casper. I grew up with a Kestrel.
Again.
Conkers.
Chris Packham loves a Kestrel.
Exactly. Leo comes out. We start talking about his bike hire and whenever we got to pay it and all of that. And then you start talking to him about wearing a helmet. He did that thing and he's been doing it a hell of a lot lately.
I know, I thought that it was...
came with it.
No, I thought it was law in the UK to wear a bicycle helmet. I genuinely thought that had been a law for a long time.
Yeah. He starts talking about it and he starts basically saying that he doesn't want to wear one, and then he looks up the law and says, well, it's not legal, it's not illegal not to wear one. And he went, I won't be wearing one on bike path. Now bike paths run down busy roads.
Yeah.
We're trying to talk to him about it, and I get it, he's a teenager and everything, but he just did that thing where he got a bit cocky about it, and I don't normally bike, I leave it to you. And I just went, do whatever you want, mate, like that. But it really hurt me inside. You know, when we're on this trip where we're paying a hell of a lot of money and we'll continue to pay a lot of money for him to get his education, and we're going to be worried sick about him all the time, you especially.
Yeah, definitely I will be.
But I remember my dad, and remember I said bikes for my life. My dad came out one day and said, put your conkers down. I went, all right, Dad. And he took me to teach me to ride a bike. And I wouldn't listen to him. I was like what Betsy Pearl is with us. And in the end, he just went, you're on your own. And I still remember that clear as anything. And I didn't go home until I could ride a bike.
Is that right?
I stayed. I can tell you exactly where it was. At my grandma's, a car park behind my grandma's. And I stayed out, falling off, gravel in my knees, gravel in my hands, until I could ride a bike.
Yeah, well, but you didn't wear a helmet, but...
Of course I didn't wear a helmet, but you know, if I shave this head bald, it looks like someone's been hitting it with a golf club. I've got that many scars on it. I was constantly falling on my head.
I have seen...
That's why I married you.
Shut your face. I have seen so many, like, Facebook posts and various posts recently of people in country roads, not in city roads, showing their helmets and what they look like once, you know, they've had an accident. And they're literally saying, you know, the helmet saved my life, so... But it's when you're that age and your parents are trying to tell you something, it's just...
Well, I wanted to take him aside later on and go, look, I want you to know that it hurt my feelings, but I also want you to know kind of what it sounds like when you say stuff like that. I was going to ask you to talk to him because it really hurt me.
I think he'd listen to you more anyway, because the thing is, I'm just mum having a whinge.
I get this thing about being a teenager and doing the opposite of everything your parents said, but some stuff is good advice, solid advice. Anyway, then he made a curry, and I really felt for him last night because he makes some of the best curries I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, great curries.
And he's cooking for his grandparents for the first time since he's become a chef.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it was a curry fail. It was.
Yeah, no. But again, I said to him, are you using your recipe? And he said, no, I know it pretty much. And to be fair, he probably does know it. But
he's still got a bit cocky about it.
He changed a few of the ingredients and he added a bit more of one ingredient than the other. Than that whole thing of cooking in somebody else's kitchen. And
we sat out here with your parents and we said, you know, he doesn't like anybody else in kitchen. Your dad's a proper wind-up. It's one of my favourite things about him. He's normally focused on...
You've got similarities there.
Yeah, he's focused on your mum, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Then he's focused on you.
Yeah.
And then he'll work his way down to grandkids. I tend to get a ringside seat to all of this, unless he's taking out of being from North. So the minute we'd said, Leo hates anybody else in the kitchen telling him what to do...
Up he got.
He was in the kitchen like Speedy Gonzales. So Leo must have felt the pressure, but yeah, he was edible, but it was like a flavourless, watery curry, and he normally does these rich, thick curries. So I felt really sorry for him, but I also, because I was already pissed off about the bike helmet, I'd not eaten all day because of my diet other than a cup of vinegar. Now I'm pissed off because I've had a crap tea.
You
I had a rubbish dinner. And then I want to say this because yesterday we lost our unbeaten streak on the arguments. We had a falling out yesterday. And I want to say it's because of these couple of things that I've mentioned, but also I got my first bit of cabin fever yesterday. Leo triggered it.
Yeah, just a couple of things in the morning that wound me up a little bit.
You had a few things, yeah.
And then, so I sat with Leo trying to do the bank stuff, and he was just every bit as frustrated as I was. I felt like he was kind of taking it out on me, and he was getting cross with me. Because then I said, like, let's quickly look at the bus passes and the train, these student discount cards. And he was coming out with, again, some snarky comments, and you just think, I'm just trying to give you advice.
Yeah,
like,
we could just be sat on his arse. We don't even have to be here.
Yeah,
we could still be in Dubai.
And he was just in that thing where I didn't know anything, which was really frustrating. And then
I think we both got frustrated.
Yeah, we had all this admin stuff, and I felt like I didn't get to see you all day.
Yeah.
I felt like you were busy doing different admin stuff. Then you got a bit of cabin fever, and you were like, oh.
Well, I wanted to go upstairs. The funny thing is, at this point, you're saying, come and sit outside with me. And as I've said there, we had spent quite a bit of time outside, but I just had that feeling of, I just want to go upstairs and be on my own for a bit, do a bit of reading and just have a bit of downtime. But I thought, you'll think there's something up if I do that. Anyway, we ended up having a fight last night, which is a shame.
Well, I did that instead.
Yeah, you got the bed.
I went upstairs and I phoned Honey in Dubai, our other daughter. I had a chat with her, and she took my mind off it by telling me about daily school activities and blah blah blah. And
that can really blow your mind.
Which teacher was the teacher of the day, and so it took a long time for me.
We kind of made up at just as we fell asleep at about midnight, didn't we? Which is a shame because I hate not.
I
getting
take a long time to.
I make up like a Harrier jump jet lands or takes off, down up, down up.
All you do is wait for me to give that. Right, I'm all right. I'm done now.
Yeah, it takes some time. But for me, because I don't like wasting time, I get fiery stuff really fast, and I'm better again. And maybe I'll apologise. It's that classic thing of the oil container ships. If you want to turn, it's going to take you 2 miles to turn. That's what they say about container ships. You've got to be thinking 2 miles ahead before you make a turn. That's you. It's 2 miles before you can make another thought, Just want to quickly mention the countdown to Chip Advisor is on, because today is day 5. We've done the test today. We'll talk about that on tomorrow's podcast, but I'm looking forward to Chip Advisor coming back, who's normally with us.
I think we started it in Cyprus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My weight, which I've not mentioned for a couple of podcasts, I put weight on just because of travel and plain food and crap like that, and we've had some big meals here. It's starting going down again, which I'm very happy about. I think I'm back into my routine again.
Yeah.
Although we've just found out that they do 0 alcohol Guinness, which could be troubling for me as a teetotaler.
I'm sat here with me.
You've got a gin and tonic.
Rhubarb and ginger gin.
Have you got a would you rather?
Down here we have a Pebble beach. In Dubai, obviously, we've got a lot of sandy beaches. Would you rather be on a sandy beach or a pebble beach?
Sandy beach, for getting in the sea, because as you know, I don't spend a lot of time on the beach, but I'm a big fan of the sea. But I also don't like wading in, because I have the feet of not even a ballerina, because they've got...
Baby. You're a baby. You're
very
a big
sensitive. Baby. Remember when the mermaid got feet in Hans Christian Andersen?
Right.
And she went on land?
Yeah.
And I always remember he said, every step you take on land will be like walking on the edge of knives.
Oh, that is you.
That's me all over. I have got the most sensitive feet in the world, not even in an erogenous way.
No,
I think I'd break your nose if you tried to kiss me toes.
Not into that.
So for that reason,
you're going for
sand, but...
You hate sand.
I love a shale pebble beach. You get to find things. I like finding the glass pebbles that are worn down bits of glass and collecting them. I like taking Betsy to find shells and things.
And lucky stones. Did you ever call them lucky stones? The stones with a hole
in the middle.
The way through.
I didn't call them lucky stones, but they're always nice to find.
No.
So it's a bit of both, really.
For me, it's... do you know what I was going to...
You love sand.
I do love sand. I love that feel of sand in my toes and just pouring through. So I do love that, but I do love being on a pebble beach and that sound when you walk along it, and again it's for collecting things like you've said. So yeah, it is a tricky one. Whenever we go on holiday, I don't like going to busy beaches. I'm sure everybody's the same. You want a nice deserted beach, but there have been times, like in Cyprus, you were on a beach that was a proper Brits abroad beach, packed out, and we found a little patch of that beach big enough for the 5 of us to squeeze on. I put my big mask on, my snorkeling mask, I go out to sea, and I come back in, and I always know where ours is, because it's like 2 people have been murdered and you've dug their graves. Oh, yes. Every time, and you're covered in sand.
like covered in wet sand.
It's in all the bits.
You look horrible, and that's my fear. I hate it. It's one of my phobias.
You and Honey are anti-sand, whereas
I've said tarmac beaches. Just put tarmac on
Leo
beaches.
and I and Betsy love digging the hole, burying someone, making moats, and there's something beautiful about, especially these like tropical places that we've been, with the beautiful blue sea, palm trees, and the beautiful
It's
white
beautiful.
sand.
And I tell you what I love.
Sand.
I love sand dunes with the long grass on at the back of the beach.
Yeah.
So that's your would you rather. Have you got a favourite today?
Yeah, my favourite is, because we've had some sandwiches today, what is your favourite sandwich filling?
Right. It's a combo, isn't it? My favourite sandwich filling is not going to be...
Yours is full on, isn't it? I bet. Sloppy.
Yours is just going to be... Yours is literally no butter, the driest cheese on earth, and no drink for an hour.
I like a pub. So, like the nice bloomer bread.
Like a Ploughman's?
No, not Ploughman's. That doesn't
vibe,
count.
though.
Yeah, but a pub like bloomer bread.
So why does a Ploughman's not count?
Because it's not a sandwich. It's a totally different thing. It's more like a salad.
Well, you get bread with it. It's a sandwich.
Sometimes, crackers. But no, Ploughman's doesn't count. But yeah, like a bloomer bread from the pub. Loads of grated mature cheddar, vintage cheddar even, and some tomatoes.
You like your cheese like your men, don't you? Vintage and mature.
Yes, I do. And stinky. With
a blue vein. I think you've put me right on the spot here, because I have to think now, because it will upset me to say the wrong sandwich.
Well, you have introduced me over the years to a good sandwich, which is peanut butter.
I'll say that.
Go on, then you explain it.
Well, it was born of Hot Pepper Jelly, which is a cafe in Crouch End. You can Google it, Hot Pepper Jelly. I'll put the link in the bio, because I think you deserve it. My cousin Lindsay, the lawyer, lives down there with her husband in Littlelands. She's moved now, but she used to live in Crouch End. And I'd stay with her whenever I were in London. And this little cafe, it says Hot Pepper Jelly, and it's in stained glass.
Right, sounds nice.
Beautiful, tiny little place, the kind of place you and I often talk about owning.
Okay.
And their signature sandwich is a bacon sandwich, peanut butter, slightly toasted wholemeal bread.
Oh, I don't like toasted bread.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love a toasty.
Like a BLT a little bit.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Peanut butter on hot bread, melted peanut butter.
I love peanut butter.
Lettuce, and then hot pepper jelly, which I don't know if I want to describe it as a chili jam, but it's spicy as you like, proper spicy.
Okay.
Crispy bacon. Now, I don't eat bacon anymore. We've tried substitutes. We've found one that's...
I think I like the veggie bacon.
The plant-based is decent.
Yeah.
That's the most bacon we've got.
But I'm a fan of the corn bacon. I'll have that.
It never feels big enough. I always feel like I should order more.
Well, it sounds like a combo that shouldn't work, but it really does work. It's so tasty. So I do love that sandwich, and that's a sandwich that I wouldn't normally go for, because I am, like you say, I'm a plain Jane, and as far as...
I don't have it much. I would say I'm a big fan of the Christmas sandwich. Cranberry, stuffing, corn turkey sliced.
Yeah.
Holland, what's it called? Horseradish. That's a nice sandwich.
Yeah, you also really like the peri-peri fake chicken.
Yeah, chicken Nando's.
With probably a cheese slice.
Yeah, I like the meatball sub one. That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean...
we're very different in our tastes.
It's like picking a favourite child, isn't it?
Is it?
And is chip butty on the list? Because it's a sandwich. Because the chip butty with vinegar, ketchup, and I'm going to say a bit of cheeky mayonnaise.
And a cheese slice.
And a cheese slice. Very good.
See, this is why we should own a coffee shop. We would have the best sandwiches.
We should have done a one-off special on sandwiches, because we've probably gone over talking about sandwiches.
Simon's Sandwiches.
Simon's Sandwiches. Well, look, let's not brainstorm it on the recording. We've got plenty of day left. We'll be back tomorrow to tell you about day 5, which was no swab day, and actually the first time we've managed to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Those adventures and more.
TTR, it's called. The TTR test.
What's that?
Test to release.
Yeah, so PCR and TTR.
Well,
I love your TTRs.
Lovely TTRs.
Yeah. I love your TLC as well. Work it out.
TITs.
Work it out. TLC. Answers on a postcard. And we'll see you tomorrow. Love you lots.
Bye.
The end.